Hey guys, it's MontyG back with another video. Um, just thought I'd show my attacks against One Hive 2.0. It was a good war from One Hive Genesis. We did well. We were surprised to see that they ran anti-twos, and that allowed us to get three 11v11s. I mean, if they'd run anti-threes, we might have still got three. We had 6 attempts. Sadly, we failed three, but we got three in the end, but I think we would have still got the war because they left a 10 up. They left a few tens up. Yeah, it was a great performance. We smashed them really on the 10v10, and in the end we got a dip fail. We could have dipped it again, but we just decided to go for more 11v11s. Um, yeah, it was a good war from us. We got like 15 10v10s, which is absolutely great. We were a little bit slow on the nines at the start. It's the first 45 war we did, and some of our nines didn't get on at the start. Me included. I got on pretty late actually, about like 4 in the morning my time maybe. But I got on and let me scroll down, and there were like 8 bases left, and I just started trying to clean them up, and I thought I would show you my hits. So, okay, so MontyG, I attacked with first. You can see I normally attack right at the start of war, but today it wasn't to be. So, here's my first hit on 35. I immediately saw this base, and I knew it would be absolutely great for the queen walk down one side, kill squad up the core attack. Don't know, queen walk, shattered, with a pecker. I don't know, they hasn't got a name, but I knew that you could see going up here down the right hand side how much value the queen gets. She can reach all the defenses apart from the expos. Basically, she could even reach the expo when she comes around here at 12 o'clock. So the queen goes off to the right. It was an easy funnel, so I only needed one golem on the left and like 5, 6 wizards, whatever. So I decided to bring a P.E.K.K.A. instead of a third golem, because the P.E.K.K.A. has a good amount of HP and he also does quite a lot of damage. And he moves a bit quicker than the golems, so he can get more out in front. Hound in the CCs, but I just let the wizards take that out and then double poison, no worries. And then just my kill squad is just moving through, and I just knew it was totally wrecked at this point. You can see the golems out front tanking. My P.E.K.K.A.'s still got full HP, my king's got full HP. The bowlers go left, which I think they kill themselves by doing that. But look, I mean, even if all my troops apart from the queen and the healers died right now, I would still get the triple. Yeah, I was surprised. There was a few fails on this base, I think, before. So yeah, if I'd seen this at the start of war, I would have hit it immediately. Just 1 or 2 wizards for cleanup. I got 6 hogs, but I'm not going to need them. I'll just speed it up for the rest of the raid. Everything works its way through. As I said, the queen would have got it swagged in the CC, which is quite nice. 6 hogs, the same troops you would have got from CC hogs. Sorry, I should have, before the war, before the video, jotted down which attacks I did. Oh wait, I can just go to MontyG here and put his second hit up. There we go. Then I went fresh on my second hit. I had to do quite a bit of thinking because these last few bases were not easy. There were no, apart from that first one there was no bases that screamed out to me. But I decided to go for another similar kind of queen walk down the side attack with a kill squad going up. But I knew that with the place of my jump there and then my jump around this air defense here, I wasn't going to get a lot of the backside defenses, so I decided to cut the P.E.K.K.A. and bring some extra hoggies. CC lured out, just double poison that, and the wizards will help out as well. The thing that drew me to doing this queen walk really was the fact that this expo down here is actually reachable from here by the queen. So I knew that if I walked her down here, she would get the backside expo, even though my kill squad can't reach it. But I think that my kill squad still got it. They just beat through a wall because my kill squads are OP. So yeah, just sprinkling some hogs in on the Teslas over there. I knew I had quite a lot of hogs, so might as well just get a few of them down already. Then my stuff's moving through. Golem breaks the wall. My queen's taking a bit of time. I'm going to speed it up now. But I knew that eventually she would work her way around. The only question would be time. But in the end, a few hog riders came in, took out the explorer. The queen didn't even need to get it. And that is another triple with another, 4, 5, 6 hog swagged. Good stuff. Then I got on Phaeton Renner. Sadly, I had a fail with Phaeton though, which is sad. Oh yeah, I need to scroll much further down. There we go. First hit on this interesting base. There was a Tesla farm around here, so I knew that I could queen walk one side, get a nice easy funnel. Weirdly enough, though, the queen didn't actually take down this air defense in the end. She just kind of worked left, but I angled the healer, so it wasn't a problem. Then coming up here with the golem, funneling this side. I used to really like the Queen Walk stoned hobo. Some people would even call it the MontyG because I used it quite a lot. But I've been kind of tending towards bringing a few more wizzies and bringing a few more hogs and cutting a golem recently. Or at least in this war, I was tending more towards it. The only time I did a Queen Walk stoned was when I put the queen around the outside. I'm just going to ignore that phone call. Everything's moving through. Kill Squad's doing a good job. Had a minion just pre-clean up over there. Kill Squad's doing exactly what I wanted. I sent a few hogs in from 6 to get that air defense and then the cannon. One at 12 to get that arch tower. Everything's moving through. 1 to get the mortar, but it didn't get the mortar sadly. But that 1 hog at 12, that is value. When just 1 hog gets 1 defense, I love that. Wizard already at 12, cleaning up. 2 wizards down in the wizard tower. I thought I was being really cool, dropping them at different angles so they wouldn't get hit by the wizard tower. But in the end, I could have just swagged them because the king would have just taken out the wizard tower by himself with the healers on him. But hey, we can't all be perfect. Then I dropped another one, which, I heavily regret. But, that's the way it is sometimes. I'm going to speed up a little bit because my kill squad is still going strong. That's what I love about having the healers on top. And then I swag 2 hogs and a wizard from the CC. Then I got on Phaeton again, and sadly, here comes the fail. I'll play it quickly because then I'll play it again how I clean myself up. So Queen Walk, exactly the same army comp as last time. CC split, which is a pain. And then CC split, and then the queen hit a wall, and then my stuff at 12, my golem went the wrong way at 12, didn't go in, and then the queen was still alive, and then my kill score didn't get as much as I would have wanted if the queen was inside. I then sprinkled a few hogs in, but it wasn't enough. It got close, but it wasn't enough. So sadly, I failed, which I'm sad about. But then I got on the scouting shell, which is normally used for the scouts, and I cleaned it up because I knew at this point there was still like 4 or 5 bases left, and it was better that I just cleaned myself up instead of using this for a scout, because there were still quite a few 9s that hadn't actually used their hits. So I made sure that the CC didn't split as badly this time. Is that the whole CC? Queen coming down, making sure she doesn't walk around. I then send a wizard up at 12 to just funnel a bit of trash already, because I want to kill that mortar so that the golem goes in. Everything's working its way around. Golem on the Tesla, I knew where the Tesla was this time, so that helped out. Queen going around nicely. That's exactly what I wanted her to do the first time. A few more CC troops come out. A few goblins, but I just poisoned them. Easy peasy. I ran out of wizards, to be honest with you, at 12, which is a bit of a shame. I had to send in one of my clean-out wizards, which I didn't want to do. But those 2 wizards did work. They took out the air defense quick. Everything was moving in. You got a rage, jump. Holy moly, all my bowlers died. Wow, that's the first time I saw that. Wow. Whew. I didn't see that on the first hit. Holy moly. Thank God that didn't cost the raid. And then I made another adjustment. I saw that I was taking out all the air defenses with my entry, so I decided to bring some loons instead of the hoggies for the backside. I still brought two just in case I needed two. And then I just thought, why not have two hogs and the rest loons? Everything's working its way around. It was going okay, and the queen had healers on her, but I still had a load of golems up, but I just decided to go heavy on the the expo just to make sure that the expo went down. The queen stepped out of expo range, which is nice. I put a cleanup wizzy on the town hall, but because I was putting loons onto the cannon, I didn't realise that obviously the cannon wasn't being tanked, and the cannon just turned around and sniped my wizzy. But luckily the queen went one way and the balloons went the other, and it was a triple. Let me actually just double check to see how much time I had left. Ah, yeah, I still had 30 seconds left. It wasn't too much of a big deal. So that was nice, and then that was my Town of 9 side of the war done. Then it comes to my Town of 10, Yaggle Waggle. I tried cleaning up a 99% hit on 7, but well, let me actually quickly show you. If you look at the start of the raid here, if you look at the Arch Tower range, and you look at where I placed my queen, yeah, wow. That Arch Tower should not be targeting on my queen, but that forced me to do an early ability, and that pretty much, I mean, I wouldn't, might not have tripled if I had saved the ability, but yeah, that's a bit of a shame. And then I'll show you my second hit, which was a cleanup. So I'll just talk a little bit about it first. People had been doing a similar walk where you start at 6 with 4 healers. Let her walk left or right. The queen had gone right every time because of that build hut. And then come in here with a kill squad, in, up, jump in, and then hopefully get the backside inferno. If not, it's okay. And then hogs from here around to the backside. So the first hit was okay. It was good enough to warrant another hit. He brought a golem, which was a bit too much, and his king ended up doing nothing. And also we found out there were 2 backside Teslas here, with giant bombs next to them. So for the hit after that, we tried the same thing, cut the golem for just a few giants, and then brought 2 giants and 2 wizards for the backside Teslas. But sadly, the kill squad just didn't go as well as possible. Also, on the first hit, we discovered that the Inferno would target onto the Queen, and he had to pop the ability. So on the second hit, we decided to bring a skeleton spell for the Inferno, to try and save the Queen ability. But sadly, because of these wizard towers, the skellies were getting taken out so quick that at one point, when there was no skellies, even though the skeleton spell was still down, because there was no skellies, the Inferno targeted on the Queen, and he still had to pop the ability. So I came in, and as you can see by the army comp, I brought only 3 healers, because everybody else was already using an ability and a rage for the Queen walk, and the Queen wasn't even getting close to dying. So I decided to cut a healer, bring 2 hogs and a wizard. I'll play you the start now. And I got my Queen down with the healers, working through the storage, and then I knew I needed the rage nice and early for when she dealt with the king, and then I also dropped a wizard to help out, which, let me see, was it necessary? Probably not. I mean, maybe it helped out a little bit. Then the queen's working. She's doing good stuff, taking out 2 Teslas, king, 2 arch towers. And then I just accepted that I'd have to pop the ability, which meant that I could save a skeleton spell. And at 12 o'clock, there's 2 skellies in this Inferno Tower compartment. So I knew that I could drop the skeleton spell there and kill the skellies immediately. Another thing that I adjusted on the raid was I knew that next to this arch tower here at 6 there was a skeleton trap, so I sent in a hog, you'll see it in a few seconds, to pop that skeleton trap to bring to the kill squad. Then I did the same funnel, 3 giants down, wizard, king. The previous hit sent the wall breakers around here, and the wizard tower sniped one of them. The last one, luckily, so I decided to just adjust my wall breakers and put them in more at the side. I've got a few bowlers coming in. I also brought a Valk, as you can see here. There we go. There's the Valk, and that's because that just to the right of this wizard tower here, there's a giant bomb and 2 mini bombs, which one-shots bowlers. So I thought bring the Valk and that'll trip that early, but sadly the Valk didn't, and I lost 2 bowlers, which is a shame. But oh well, it didn't make too much of a difference. Jump through, king ability, poison for the queen in the CC, and then nice early start on the hogs. Just while everything's working through. Healer switch, but to be honest with you, they didn't do that much switching because they died to Sam's pretty quickly. But then my hogs are moving through, and I had to heal them anyway over the giant bomb, wizard tower stuff. The queen's not doing much, but to be honest with you, she would have just died if she'd got in range of the top single. Then my hogs are working through, the Tesla's pop, and I've got 2 giants and 2 wizards, and then the wizards help for cleanup, which is really nice. Everything's working through, poison for the skeletons, and in the end I ended up with a load of hogs, which was surprising because everyone was just like leaving like 1 or 2 or 3 defenses up with the hogs petering out, but I just crushed the base. I was slightly worried about this gold mine for time, but in the end I think I had about 30 seconds left, and yeah, I'm happy with hitting 1 for 2 like I have in the last 3-4 weeks. My hit rate is creeping up to 50% now after I had a few fails earlier in the season at 10v10. 9v9 I'm pretty confident I'm over 80%. I can't guarantee that. I have had a few fails. I've done a lot of hits though. But yeah, probably shouldn't be opening chat. Those were my hits. Great Water 1 Hive Genesis and to 1 Hive 2.0. For Genesis, we've got 1 Hive next weekend, which is a massive war. And as you can see by the FCs, we are already preparing that. Oh, just one more thing. I thought, haven't done this before. Why not give a shout out to my defense, my bases this war? So Butcher was probably my most successful base. He defended 4 at Town of 9, which is absolutely great. I'm not going to show you guys the base because I don't want anyone stealing it. But I was pretty happy with that. I'm not normally the best defender at Town of 9, but partly because I build quite a few bases. But that guy, Butcher, got 4. Phaeton held a fresh. Sadly, Monty got freshed, and then Yaggle Waggled got dip freshed, which I'm perfectly fine with getting dip freshed. I'm always happy with that. Means I can means that they didn't like it 10v10, which is my aim when I build bases. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, that's MontyG out.